There are two mainstream authentication methods in virtual reality: knowledge-based authentication and biometric authentication. Current knowledge-based authentication methods, such as PIN codes and gestures, can be easily observed by bystanders, while biometric authentications may expose sensitive personal information to third parties. We present NELI-AUTH, an authentication scheme for virtual reality, where users can perform non-equal length input through controllers and thumbstick to achieve efficient and secure identity authentication. We use the controller and the thumbstick as input devices, using their pose as the encoding unit. In addition, the human body's motion perception provides natural haptic feedback for this scheme. The pose of controller and thumbstick need to be represented by spatial relationship. The pose change of the controller is centered on the rotation of the wrist, and the pose change of the thumbstick is centered on the rotation of the spherical hinge, both of which have the commonality of rotation. Therefore, we map the 12 pose combinations of the controller and the thumbstick with blocks on the sphere. In addition, the surface of the sphere has continuity and visually represents the change of direction smoothly. The virtual reality system perceives the tilting of the controller and the swing of the thumbstick. We map the tilting of the controller in physical space to an authentication code and use spheres as visual feedback to aid the user's perception of the interaction. We divide the sphere into 3 levels: up, middle, and low, which respectively map the controller's elevation, horizontal, and pitch. This operation will be fed back to the small ball model in front of the controller at the same time. The pose of the thumbstick includes 4 directions: front, back, left, and right, which are mapped to blocks in the corresponding directions on the sphere. In each element, the position of the color-filled semicircle indicates the direction in which the thumbstick is pushed. The shape of the semicircle is used to distinguish the tilting position of the controller. A half circle that protrudes outward indicates the elevation of the controller, a standard half circle indicates horizontal, and a concave half circle indicates pitch. Each time the user switches between left and right hand, it triggers the input of the next element. When 3 elements are entered continuously, they are automatically recognized as an item and the next item is started. We use a pressed thumbstick as a confirmation action for the item. This operation is not easily observable by bystanders. Visually identical input sequences produce different password output results because the confirmation locations are different, ensuring security requirements. NELI-AUTH enables users to confirm items by either pressing a thumb or entering 3 elements continuously. During continuous thumbstick operation, it is difficult for bystanders to observe the action of pressing the thumbstick. Even if they record the direction in which the thumbstick is operated, it is difficult for them to identify the password by correctly dividing the operation sequence. This is the essence of NELI-AUTH. Make sure there is at least 6 elements in a password. Press A to complete the input, and B to go back to the previous item. The password you set before or the one in the sample below can be recognized successfully in this demo.